Hello everyone, welcome back to round 3 of Tuesday Night Modern here at Top Tech Productions, playing live at GameSwap Mason, part of the August Modern League. We have a league match here. James Nguyen versus Robert Meadows. James is he has 6 points, so he's 2-0 tonight. Meadows is 1-1. He won on camera round 1, lost on camera round 2. Pretty interesting to see what happens here as James was on Eldrazi Tron. He mentioned there might be some spice in his Tron deck. So I'm hoping he has some juicy targets that are not just Eldrazi creatures like Thought-Knot Seer, Matter Shaper, and Reality Smasher. Robert Meadows, of course, on his patented Temur pile. No turn play from James. May have a turn play for Robert. Probably gonna be like a Seer and Visions. Yeah, Tifa, we're looking on creating some in-around content. We have some original content videos in the works. We want to start doing like documentaries following people like Robert Meadows around for all his events. We want to document his league process. I want to do stuff that's about the gathering part of Magic the Gathering, if that makes any sense. This Chalice on 1 is a really big play here from James. It turns off some of his cards, but at the same time, I think it turns off more valuable cards in Robert's deck. But yeah, let us know what you want to see in terms of mid-round content. Is it some Q&A sessions to the players here? Is it interviews? Is it Fact or Fictions? Or is it just top 5 lists? We get a camera working back here. I mentioned the gathering part of Magic the Gathering, following like the lifestyle and the players around as they play Magic and travel to different events. Here is looks like a Logic Knot on the Mind Stone.
Apologize to Teddy. We only have a Guru Plains available.
Also, Teddy, there's only a Guru Plains here at the store.
Eldrazi Tron versus Temur pile, huh?
Meadows is going to crack his sculling turn. He's going down to 16, taking the full 3 off the fetch shock. Imagine he gets a stomping ground.
So am I off base saying that I like Eldrazi Tron every day, all day against this deck?
No, not at all. Especially with this Chalice on 1.
Chalice on 1, your threats don't really die to Lightning Bolt.
I feel like James has both things it needs. That where Augie's deck had the Chalice but no sort of pressure to back it up. James has the Chalice with the pressure.
Looks like he has a waste, a Gemstone Mine, or Gemstone Cavern, and I can't see what else in his hand.
There's a waste that you mentioned. Here is a Tarmogoyf for Mr. Meadows. This is going to be a 3/4 Tarmogoyf, artifact, sorcery, and land in the graveyards.
We have Tron.
No, you don't have Tron. We have 2 power plants there from James. 2 different art power plants.
Enough with the mixed lands.
You just don't like that, do you?
I can't. Like in Magic Online, people specifically do it.
Thanks for the bits there, Teddy. Thanks for the cheer.
Robert with the
dismember to try to get rid of the ballista. Meadows with shock.
Robert's playing turbo fast here.
Yes, he is.
He's still in trouble with the Reality Smasher.
He just passes it back, though. I'm not sure. James drew the Reality Smasher in hand. That'll put him to 1.
I mean, you could just jam this.
I mean, he can snap Logic Knot.
I mean, you're not going. You're for sure going to attack, right?
Yeah, or at least cast it. I mean, if you're Robert or James here.
If I'm Robert, I'm going to attack. Right?
Yes,
because there's no card that can has that's lethal.
Correct. Yeah.
Even if he has a piece of Tron that's 9 mana, that's not lethal still.
Logic Knot for 1 is able to take care of the Smasher. A piece of Tron will be huge because there is a Ulamog.
Yeah, if he gets a piece of Tron, he gets
Tron that's 7,
he is
8.
way over mana. Yeah.
Yeah, that's enough.
Because he has no tower outs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Kudos on James for remembering he has a Chalice on 1, so that Seer Visions gets countered.
Attack for 6.
Phil Jones is in the building indeed. I believe he is 1-1 tonight. There is a expedition map. Now, I mentioned earlier when James cast his Chalice on 1, it hits some of his cards. Usually,
this is illegal. You can't do this.
Correct. Yes, this is Meadows points.
That's
you
illegal.
Can't do this. Yes.
He can't. No matter what, even if it sticks, it's illegal. It's completely illegal. You cannot cast any spells in your Chalice. It is your card. It is your trigger to remember. This is actually cheating.
And James did flat out remember the trigger.
So let's get out of here. Still Tron piece?
Tron piece, yeah.
Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep.
Temple doesn't do it. It's got to be
Tower. How lucky.
It's going to be the card he drew, correct?
How... Oh, my God. Look at that ugly Tron. Oh, my God.
The power of the mismatched Tron there.
Very loose definition of cheating. If you cast a spell into your own chalice and it resolves, that is cheating.
You can cast it and counter
Correct.
it.
You can cast it and counter it immediately. What James did is not casting just to counter it immediately.
Can you explain the difference between your opponent chalice checking yourself and you chalice checking yourself on your opponent?
Because it's literally my card, and it's a trigger that counters a spell with converted mana cost.
Thank you, PMAT13, for the follow. Here's an attack from Little Mog. This is a lethal attack. I'm not sure what Meadows has to deal with this.
Correct, but that's not what happened. And also, that's not a thing in Modern, really.
What? This is not a thing in Modern.
Casting into your own chalice to get threshold.
It can be sometimes a rather go away for just to get cards out of hand, especially in this deck. You want to get cards out of your hand for Seagate wreckage.
Sure, but if I'm casting that, I'm immediately going to say that it's being countered, right? Mm-hmm. He put it on the battlefield and then remembered it. So
Unviolent saying that James's Tron is ugly, as every Tron should be.
And being wrong isn't cheating. I would argue not knowing what your cards do and doing a game action that's illegal is cheating. Like being ignorant of the rules of your own cards is not an excuse. It's like breaking law is still breaking law, right?
The Ulamog trigger on the attack is enough to mill out Robert Meadows, so James went off the top deck tower into Ulamog, gets game one. I think the point there is there's a key difference between chalice checking your opponent and chalice checking yourself.
Chalice checking your opponent because it's their trigger. You should all day, every day chalice check your opponent, because as it's a trigger, it's just not hard counter everything. It's a trigger that goes on the stack. Your opponent has to remember to put it on the trigger stack.
So post board, do you still like Eldrazi Tron all day, every day in this matchup?
Yeah, there's nothing that Robert's going to bring in that's impactful enough. Although James kind of sucked it out there, he did get slightly flooded. But the fact that you have main deck chalices for at least one or two, and then you have gigantic threats that do not die to lightning bolt. Mm-hmm. So Roberts really has a ride on all of his. So he's just taking out all bolts. Oh, he took out a bolt.
And I think too, I mentioned that
he's bringing in that many cards. He's bringing in 8 cards. Jeez.
James's ability to, at the chalice deck, plus the pressure that Michael Augustine did not have, is really key for him in this matchup.
Yeah.
Making sure Robert cannot cast his key cards, while also making sure James is still able to cast his haymakers, which are far more expensive than James's chalices ever will be.
James bringing in the old tech of a Basilisk Collar for your threats, making them Death Touch. Interesting. He has Simian Spirit Guide. I don't know if that's new or not.
In the Eldrazi Tron deck?
Yeah.
I am not familiar with that tech. He mentioned there was some spice in the list, so it could be spice related.
Yeah, slow and if I cast it and then I'm pointing at my chalice and I'm countering my own spell,
yes,
that's completely different than casting a spell, putting on the table and look at your opponent. It is your card. Just because you forgot it's there, like that's still, to me, it's still a illegal action, right?
Yes.
So you're still cheating the rules.
I believe what's a game rules violation?
Yeah, that would just be like, that'd be like, I don't even know. I think that'd probably just be a game loss.
Yeah. The biggest thing here is that since the chalice is your card, there's no reason. You're responsible for it, and there's no reason your opponent's not responsible for it.
That's correct. That's why you can play into it. Although it's not the same with like, that's only because it's a trigger, right? Mm-hmm. So if you play out like a Damping Sphere and you ignore that, it's illegal for both of you. There's no forgetting the Damping Sphere. It just happens, because we had that happen a couple weeks ago. Chalice, on the other hand, it's a trigger that goes on the stack. By you casting that spell, you're looking at your opponent and they need to remember to put it on the stack. Damping Sphere is just a static effect. It always happens, right? Chalice is a trigger. That's why it's different.
We have Ben Weinberg already back in the booth.
I agree with the Chewbacca defense.
Ben Weinberg has a slip in his hand.
Scum, did you buy playing colors at least?
Yes.
Ben, how do you feel about? Okay, let's ask Ben. Ben, notable Grand Prix.
Ben Weinberg going 0-2 tonight.
0-2. Notable multiple Pro Tour competitor fantastic Grand Prix, but he goes 0-2 in our tough Tuesday Night Modern tournaments at GameSwap Mason. How do you feel about
with the awesome Billy Pio?
With the Billy Pio, yeah, he was playing I look at his deck, and it's the first cards become immense. I'm like, all right, I'm thinking Infect, then I see Wild Nicottle and Thoughtseize.
Ben Weinberg is notorious for the fact that he owns 0 Magic
No, that's not true. He actually owns a bunch. He just doesn't play with any of them.
I do enjoy the fact that
Yeah.
Ben lost somebody's card he was borrowing, and our Judge Scott had a proxy replacement for it.
Good for him. Hey, how do you feel about...
Oh, that was not true.
How do you feel about me casting a spell to my own chalice?
Not a good thing.
Okay, that's my feeling. I said that's cheating. Do you think that's cheating?
Generally.
Okay.
At this level, I don't think it quite is, but like.
Yeah, it's important. This is not competitive. This is just normal, casual, regular REL.
just saying.
Ben said that Augie might have done that. And really easy in competitive REL. Also true, it's hard to get a game loss in casual REL. All right, Robert going down. Let's see if he can shuffle faster this time. He seems like in Turbo Robert mode, as he gets in sometimes.
A little interesting that Meadows is playing with these beautiful lands.
Yeah, the arena.
He is known for being a little too aggressive with his cards, more so than me.
Dude, I was looking at one the other day, and it was honestly, it looked like a wave. Like an ocean wave. It was like rippled across.
We've been in that 90s theme all night. It looked like the curved hats that people had in the 90s back in elementary school.
Yeah, you never cootered a hat? Were you not cool?
I thought the rule was the more the curve, the cooler you were.
Yeah, I used to be an expert at cootering's just destroying it. All right, James leads off on Temple into Map. Very strong hand. I see Chalice, Reality Smusher, a waste. Robert has a one land.
I imagine James is going to slam the Chalice on one.
And Robert hopefully has a Spell Snare.
He has a Ceremonious Rejection.
Same thing.
I don't think he's happy he's using
Robert Fist is he in the West Meadows. Actually, we're in the Midwest. But, so do you guys want to see Team Top Deck embarrass yourselves in team format?
We're going to win.
We're going to win because you guys have to go, you guys have to win every single match because I don't have a deck.
You're playing Elves or Tron, you said.
I'm only doing that if you're a pal, Jake.
I'm a pal.
Otherwise, I'm literally going to sit there and lose on purpose.
Are you my pal?
Yeah, I'm your pal.
Mr. Scholarship winner?
I don't understand.
Caddyshack.
Okay. Okay. There was no gopher, so I was confused.
So we got Miss Meadows missing a land, drawing Jace, the Mind Sculptor.
Oh, he put the counter on it before it resolved. Announcer guy, probably. I mean, yeah. You know. You gotta do what you gotta do.
A little temple off this expedition map. I imagine we're seeing a Smasherino here.
The interesting part about this deck always is if you go for Tron, or you go for just having all the temples.
I think it all depends on your hand. He's going for the temples with the one-minute backup. We see a Tarmogoyf, Snapcaster, Double Jace, Bolt, and Click.
Probably just take the Goyf.
He does take the Goyf.
It's the only thing that can be a speed bump here. The rest of the cards don't matter.
Goodbye, Goyf. Hello, land off the top.
Sweet. Now we have an Ambush Viper to block. All right. Well, this match is going to be a quickie.
Here's another Smasher off the top.
We have two. 1, 2, 3, 4.
He's going to have another Thought-Knot Seer.
I just would have smushed him.
Attack 4, down to 13, and Meadows is in deep.
See, these are some of the draws you get sometimes, and sometimes you just get horribly flooded.
What, as Eldrazi Tron?
Yeah.
Yes. 5, 9, 13. That's exactly lethal. And
why didn't he just flash in the Snapcaster Mage as an Ambush Viper to block?
It didn't matter.
I know it didn't, but
it did not matter.
It's like Billy not getting the engineered explosives that may or may not have been in his deck. All right, we're going to go find a backup match because we've had 3 quickies. Or I'm going to go drown myself in the toilet.
Either or. I want to take this time while Adam ponders the meaning of his existence to remind you all that you can support us by giving us a follow here on Twitch. Give us a follow so you know when we go live. We do stream 4 nights a week again. And we also have some pretty big events coming up too. On September 1st is the Modern PPTQ that we are streaming. Also, we are doing a team event as part of the Luke Browning benefit. Luke had a recent accident. He's not becoming a local Magic player, but he was in pretty good spirits. He was in the shop drafting, I believe, on this past Friday. So it's good to see him back in the local game store. It'll be nice to see him as well. We're doing a teamed tournament on his benefit September 8th. You can look forward to myself, Adam Olt, and Robert Meadows taking part in that team tournament doing standard, modern, and legacy respectively. Don't forget too, you can subscribe to us here on Twitch. If it has on Prime, you get the free Twitch Prime sub each and every month. And also there's a Patreon page at patreon.com/TopDeckProductions. We're currently looking to revamp the reward levels and goals for you, the subscribers and patrons, because we want to thank you for supporting us. So keep an eye out for that as well. Also, don't forget too that we will be playing some Commander 18 straight out of the box. Myself, Mr. Meadows, Mr. Olds, and the one and only Mike Farrell will be doing some 4-player Commander 18 action. We're going to open up those boxes, and then also too, we're going to play with them once and then give away to 4 lucky Twitch subs and patrons. So if you want to be eligible for that and any other promotion we have, keep it out for that as well. I have a request for Jeskai. Let's see if we can relay that message for Adamos to find our token Jeskai player, Justin Gebbing. Yeah, that's some of the stuff we're doing. If there's any particular content you want to see between matches, just let us know. We want to do some original content. I alluded to earlier this round that I want to start focusing on the gathering aspect in Magic the Gathering, showcase some of the players, their lives, traveling to tournaments, taking part in the local league here, as well as doing some fun things. We got a backup match coming in. Terrell Flowers and Andy Falk, 2 more league players. So that's 2 league matches here, round 3.
I don't know what Terrell's playing.
Terrell's usually playing Tron. Andy Falk again, of course, on Bant Spirits. So it's yet another Bant Spirits versus Tron matchup for Andy. He won it game 1, able to put that constant pressure on.
Right, I'm not sure. All I did is I knew they were caught in the middle of the game, so I grabbed them.
And Mr. Meadows.
Robert with running the fry game.
Yep. He's going to take some solace in
technique?
his Mondays.
Do you like his technique?
What was his technique there?
There's 3 fries at once. Do you like that?
Yeah, that technique. I'm not. So
you're the one at a time, or you like smash them all in?
Let's take a moment to go down the road of the hashtag Jake Valentine Foodie Tour. Adam Olds, what do you think is the best fast food French fry?
If they're fresh, McDonald's or Rallies. Yeah.
If you're asking me, hands down, it's always Rallies. Rallies fries never make it home for me.
They're
ever.
really good.
Do you know what else is really good?
McDonald's fresh and really salty are pretty good too, though.
Do you know what's really good?
No, what?
Taco Bell nacho fries.
I had them. They're just.
You can put them in a burrito as well.
I mean, or you could. Lopey. I mean, you could just. Jake can't unsee the devil. Jake, have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Yes.
Right,
can we please get the overhead? Okay. Oh my god. Arby's fries are pretty good, especially with some creamy horseradish sauce as well. You know what about the worst fast food French fry? What would you call that?
The worst?
Yes.
It used to be Wendy's. So Wendy's is headquartered in Dublin, Ohio. And I'm from Dublin, Ohio, so they used to beta test everything at Wendy's restaurants. Do you remember when Wendy's had steak fries? Those are miserable.
What's worse than Wendy's fries, though?
Who has the worst fries?
Yes.
Burger King's not very good.
I like the Burger King fries.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, though. Have you ever looked at a Burger King burger up close?
I actually only get chicken at Burger King, so no.
It's disgusting.
Is it?
Yeah, it's absolutely disgusting.
Jake, did you make my dreams come true yet?
I will never make your dreams come true.
Did you even ask yet?
You need to get off the... So...
He's going to fight me. He's so angry.
No surprise here. Andy's up a game in the matchup he played last time as well.
Boo. Horseradish. Horseradish is not good. Sauerkraut is not good.
Horseradish is amazing.
Please. So, you know, I actually am interested when Billy goes back and watches the match, because he said he's going to just to make fun of my commentary. But I actually did question him about, when we got out there, about exiling the Stony Silence. Because I do find an interesting play.
He made the point that the Selfless Spirit would have saved the creatures.
Correct, but you also get to play Thrag Tusk, and it makes another Oblivion Stone. Still not a live draw, but you're literally just using that much mana to take one creature off the board. I just think it might have given one turn if you look at the math. I'd have to actually look at the math. But I just know 3 attacks. He has to get to 3 attacks from Ulamog.
Yeah.
2 attacks doesn't kill him.
If Andy didn't have that second collected company, I think it would have been a world of difference.
Well, correct, because he just would have won next turn.
Yes.
Dusted Parmesan, Craigasm. I think it's a small Danish chain. No, Burger Shack. There's Burger Shacks in America, right?
There's Steak Shacks in America.
Arby's sauce with curly fries. I'm not a big Arby's guy. I'm not a really big fan of the roast beast.
Thanks for tuning in, the mirror. I actually had Arby's this past weekend. I had their Smoke Mountain. My girlfriend was feeling the chicken cordon bleu from Arby's, and I'm like, yeah, look, I'll pick up some Arby's for you.
I'm not down. I'd just rather go to Subway.
I'll ask you a question.
Subway,
since we're talking
if
about...
you would like to sponsor anybody, because nobody else on earth likes your food besides me, please sponsor me.
Since we're talking about
I'll get a
Shake
Subway
Shack,
tattoo on my face.
what do you think is better, Shake Shack or In-N-Out Burger?
I haven't had Shake Shack.
Have you had In-N-Out Burger before?
Several times. In-N-Out Burger is not great. Teddy, I do want to fight. I'm actually going to fight Jake, too.
What is wrong with you? How is In-N-Out Burger not great?
It's not great. It's literally just... It's overhyped. I don't know what to discuss Jake more right now. The fact that I've been annoying the piss out of him all day. Or I said In-N-Out Burger's not that great. I like Subway.
Subway is foul.
Sponsors.
Disgusting. So, locally here...
Why isn't it 50 nuggets, Teddy?
I actually have a question for you. I feel like locally we are pretty blessed in terms of the... I've never had a Jake's Diner before.
Yeah. Like, there was one across the street when I lived in Texas.
Do you know what's not great? You know, not overhyped?
What?
Cookout.
I've never been to a cookout.
Cookout is where you can get...
So, hold on. Let me tell you about Jake. Jake takes all these with his fantastic girlfriend. Jake has way overkicked his coverage. If anybody of you get what that means... Do you get what that means? You watch sports.
I should know what it means, but I don't.
So, Jake's girlfriend is fantastic, and he takes her on all these sweet dates, but he never invites me or his poor mother.
Well, how do I outkick the coverage?
That means you got somebody way above your pay grade.
Oh, 1,000% I did. Thank you, Teddy. Cookout is absolute flame.
You mean gas? Or just making up words now?
Gas, flame, lit, same thing.
No, it's not.
It's what the kids say, right?
Yeah. Teddy, you know, I played some sport. I used to play sports, and then I got hurt, so I'm stuck here commentating Magic with Jake. My life is so fantastic. Let me tell you.
We have a some feedback in the hashtag taste test.
110% in. I don't want to say that I'm a shill, but if you'd like to pay me to take a dive, I'm down 100%.
Luke Graff saying that the best dew is dew itself.
Like the morning dew on a cold.
I imagine
on a fresh spring morning.
We didn't invite Luke to the party. I feel so bad.
Luke is our other teammate. I like Luke.
I'm sorry, Luke. Forgot to invite you.
I like Luke. I like Luke's son. Luke would be a bro. Luke would hook me up.
Luke would have not left early.
Jake is like just losing his shit. Yeah, Robert's uninvited. Well, it's okay. He can have my spot because I'm not going. Life is so hard. I'm supposed to go to work tomorrow. I'm just not going to. I'm telling Lope, you know. Also, what is this? Can I get on this? Are these good? Did you have some of these?
No. So my girlfriend brought in some mozzarella sticks. I'm not sure she got the mozzarella sticks, but she brought in some mozzarella sticks to her work, and she tempura fried them.
I wonder if it even tastes really different, because it's still just fried mozzarella.
Yeah, but it's probably lighter. Yeah. We confirmed that the guru is indeed a Plains.
Until the depression hit. Yeah.
Hollow Fountain comes into play untapped. Andy down to 17. Here comes a Damping Sphere.
One violence. I won a national football in college. I won a national title in college.
You did? What year? Was that 01?
02.
02, is that against Miami when Willis McGahee destroyed his ACL?
That is correct.
Did the ring?
I do. You don't know me very well, do you?
Where's the ring?
I don't have it. My mother has it. I never wear it.
Why don't you ever wear it?
Because.
Okay.
Because I don't want a reminder that my life is currently commentating Magic with you. No, just I never do because it's gigantic and gaudy. It's not as big as they are now. Is Tron just going to play other Tron piece and play Ugin?
I think so.
No, you can't because the Damping Sphere is 4 mana. I lied. Damping Sphere is such a weird, horrible card. He is going to get to play this this Thought-Knot Seer. So
there it is. The Tron hate out of Dominant area. Whenever a land is tapped for 2 or more mana, it produces 1 colorless instead of any other tapping amount. So he's only adding 4 mana here. A little bit of Tron hate, a little bit of Storm hate as well. But
is that not nitrous oxide?
the important thing here is
it at O2?
Andy's able to back up this with a clock, and that's the important thing. Damping Spear alone will not beat Tron. The clock will as well.
Holtz needs to flex that ice. Yeah, it doesn't work. You'd be surprised. If you don't, I didn't live in Columbus, Ohio. I haven't lived in Columbus, Ohio for like over a decade.
Number 5 for Terrell.
Yeah, Terrell actually still counting out loud. 5.
Still no answer for the Damping Spear.
Do you think I could meet more women if I wore my rings around?
Yes.
Okay, I don't respect your opinion.
Yeah, Teddy, we were able to see Andy win last round
110% agree
against Tron because he had the clock. We were able to see James win previously with his chalice because he had the clock to back it up.
Damping Spear does nothing unless you have something to kill them with. So,
I mean, Tron is literally what, like essentially half lands and half payoff cards, right?
Or ways to get lands.
Yes.
Jewelry attracts women.
You have stories of college glory.
There's one thing. I have lots of injuries too. I just stopped playing because I had 2 hip surgeries, and I also blew my knee out, and I tore all the ligaments out of my right big toe. That one hurt. I broke both my pinky toes at the same time. That one hurt. I dislocated my finger my senior year of high school, and then in the middle of the field, I popped it back into place while showing my buddy, and he vomited on the field. That was funny.
Trey's going to crack the spear. He's going to try to find an answer to this. And he will. Here is Dismember. Targeting.
It costs 1 more. He just has to pay 1 more.
Yes, that's all he has to do is pay 1 more. So do you agree with Andy snapping off the Rattle Chains at the turn just for value? Because now Trail gets his thought nuts here.
I do because, again, the most important thing is getting a clock on the table. The Rattle Chains actually doubles that clock.
Wilson, Mark Anliker was the original Night guy. He has moved from the area. There are some other Night players.
He's in law school. He's on a bigger, better things.
He's going to law school up there in Indiana?
Yep.
He came in 12th in the Open.
He did.
Yes.
He was on camera. He did. He did.
So now Andy had the... I feel like he was in the driver's seat, and Terrell being able to sneak in this Dismember to get rid of the Spell Queller and get back to Slotnuts here is a pretty big game. We'll see how Andy follows it up. Here is a Supreme Phantom and an attack in there for 3. Terrell will take 3. Down to 13. The Lantern player is no longer around. In fact, no one's playing with it. Everyone's on the blue-red or mono-blue prison deck. Lantern, that feels like, has died.
Lantern
we talked about this just because...
We actually had a couple Lantern players here.
We did, yeah. Bradley Gabbard was the prominent Lantern player who only played Lantern. Eric Baldus was playing some Lantern. He switched over to the prison deck. We saw Mike Augustine Row 1 playing the prison deck as well, and you can check out that replay.
I just don't think the prison deck.
You can check that replay at youtube.com/topdeckproductionstream. Here is an expedition map. He's going to crack it. What's he going? What do you think he's going to get here?
I mean, he already has a green source. Like,
thanks,
Movigan, because you can trigger it off of a Walking Ballista.
Of note, he is almost at 8 mana.
He has flash because of the Rattle Chain.
Yes. So again, this is the clock coming in. Andy knows that Terrell is about to have enough mana where Damping Spear doesn't matter. However, Andy gets attacked for 4, 5, 6, 8. This is a 2-turn clock for Andy.
So we actually pushed around the idea once, instead of replays in between rounds, that I could get drunk and watch my old football film and scream at it.
I kind of like that a lot. Here's a second Damping Spear.
Does anybody want to see that patheticness? Oh, you can see the play where my knee gets all the way bent in when we play Bowling Green and I blow my knee out. It's not like Joe Theismann level of gross, if anybody's seen that. Yeah, feel free to Google Joe Theismann injury.
No, do not. It is not safe for life. The way it was, Lawrence Taylor, who just shouted, "Oh my God, it's broken."
Yeah, do it. Teddy wants me to do it. Do we have a don't do it?
I mean, we could just do some footage of me getting drunk playing Mario Kart.
I'm not coming over. I only could.
So Terrell into 5. He needs something right here, right now. He's counting some mana.
7.
He has 7. He's got 2 Ormugs and an Ugin the Spirit Dragon in hand. And last thing I counted, Ugin costs 8, correct?
It does. All right. Well, that's another short one. So,
Andy, showing you why it's important to not just have Damping Sphere, but the pressure as well. The double Supreme Phantom was pretty supreme there.
Andy's showing some mastery.
Yeah, Andy, the former Elf Master, now Spirit Master. He is 3-0 tonight. It's a really good start for Andy, 3-0 to start off the August League. Terrell, he's in the league as well. I'm sure he'll take going into round 4 at a 2-1 record. Chance to solidify himself in a pretty good positioning. So how do people in this Banned Spirits deck? Seeing some more and more play thanks to another Lord at M19. And it's starting to do really well as well, especially locally. There's a couple players on it here tonight. We're starting to see it creep up more and more in modern events. How do you feel about it in the meta currently?
I still think it's just like a worst humans deck.
Why is that?
I think you have to. You can have a pretty anemic clock. You're still playing Collected Company, so there's a lot of variance. Humans is just better put together because I think Aether Vial is currently better than Collected Company.
So that's why you like the humans deck better, just because Aether Vial over Collected Company?
I do, because you need to with humans it's like pinpoint, right? I need to file in like a Thalia's Lieutenant or a Thalia, or I need Temple off this. So they have singular threats that are better. Andy does not have singular threats. He needs like a massive things. Like he needs more than one Lord, right? Because he's not like elves, right? It's a slightly better version of elves because more of your things have flash, but like elves can just kill you with like an Azuri. Spirits don't have an auto win. They have to eke out a win, right? So you have to rely on spell quellers, or you have to hit a spell queller off of it. Are you laughing at me?
No, nothing at all. So Cincinnati Magic has a troll group, and we're about to say goodbye to Mr.
It's not a troll group.
I'm not playing competitive Magic in 2018. Ben Weiberg.
This is serious. This is serious business, Jake. We've had one Overlord. His name is Adam Tuckle Finegood. We've had one mod for the, I think I've been in the group 7 years now. And the best part is the rules only apply to some people.
Yes.
So they would apply to you.
Yes.
Just not me.
Just not you. So that'll do it for round number 3 here.
I am the law.
Again, this is Tuesday Night Modern at GameSwap Mason on Top Deck Productions, a part of the August Modern League here on Top Deck Productions. So we'll keep an eye out tomorrow afternoon. We'll post the standings for the first week of the Modern League at topdeckproductions.com, as well as deck lists from all the players you see on camera here as well. So we'll take a little bit of break, get 17 minutes on the clock. Hopefully we'll be back before that, but if not, stay tuned. We'll air some replays. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves to chat. I'll be back for the 4th and final round in just a bit.